a live Q&A with Stephen. And over the course of the next 60 minutes, we're going to be looking at using OBS in BeLive broadcasts and why you should do it and what you can do with it. Now, OBS has been around for a long time and it is essentially free. So there's no cost involved to anything I'm about to show you, but there are things that you can do to actually jazz up your broadcast. Now, if you're watching live, then please do say hello. I'm going to try and remove that. But if you're watching live, then please comment. Then I can see that you're here and I can actually start the broadcast properly. Okay, so I'm going to hide that and I'm going to go full screen. If you can hear me, then please say that you can actually hear me, because it makes a lot of sense when you can. I'm actually using natural light today. There are no cameras at the side of me. It's just me on screen. And I'm live on the BeLive in 5 page. I'm live on YouTube. And due to cross-posting, I'm live on Live Video Production, Dubbing for Britain, and several other pages as well. If you're watching me on BeLive in 5, please do say hello. The reason for doing that is, one, that I know you're actually watching, and the second thing is we can actually start a conversation. And the third thing is it helps reach, and reach is crucial as far as Facebook is concerned, because only when you actually get people commenting do more people actually see your broadcast. Just like on YouTube, when you're actually live, if people comment whilst you're live, then YouTube thinks, oh, people are interested in this broadcast. I'm going to show them more. I'm going to show this broadcast to more people. And the same is true of Facebook as well. That it's the comments that actually make the broadcast. And I love interacting when I'm in the BeLivers group on the first Tuesday every month. On the other Tuesdays, I'm live on my own pages on Facebook and on YouTube. So let's have a look at OBS, and I'm going to start by doing a screen share. And if you can't hear me, then please do say, because it would be nice to be heard. I'm just going to try and get rid of that. And I had problems getting rid of this before. Yeah, I know I'm being watched. I mean, I can show that on screen, but I'm darned if I can actually hide it again. They've got rid of the hide button's not working. What am I going to do? All right, the first thing you'll notice if you watched me last week is that I'm very grateful to my local barber hairdresser because after 3 months of growing my hair long, and I know it's never been long, I've actually had my hair cut. It makes a world of difference to the way you feel. And say hello to Ed. Thank you for joining me, and the sound is good. Excellent. Okay, good to know. Now, OBS is a most wonderful piece of software that is free. Tried, tested, and proven. It works out of the box, and it will do a lot of things that help you actually create your broadcast. And you can come into the BeLive Studio. It's got a virtual camera. You use the virtual camera on OBS, and you're in the live studio. Now, at the moment, you're watching me, and I'm on OBS. This is coming in from OBS. It's my camera going into OBS, and then it's coming into the studio via OBS. And it simply works, and it's so easy to do. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. I'm going to share this on screen, and I'm going to go picture in picture, probably that way around or that way around. Okay, and I'm just going to change the theme for a moment so that I can actually shrink a little bit. And there we have it. Okay, so you can see more of the screen now. This is OBS Studio. Now, OBS Studio is the most amazing piece of software that allows you to build scenes, and then within the scenes you can use a mixture of cameras, images, videos, text, anything you want, overlays, underlays. You can do anything you want. And the other thing is that OBS Studio doesn't forget. So if you design a setup for a particular client, then you can bring that directly in to the broadcast. You don't have to do it again over and over. You just set it once and then it's good to go. And I'm just going to scroll over to the OBS page. So it works on Windows, it works on Mac, it works on Linux. It's free open source software for video recording and live streaming. It's absolutely brilliant for actually doing lectures, for creating lectures which you can then upload to YouTube or Vimeo. And it's sponsored by YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, and by API Video. And it features, first of all, real-time video and audio capturing, so you can have any camera and any microphone. It has its own inbuilt mixer, so it can take your microphone audio or your desktop audio, and that means that I'm able to be a virtual DJ because I use OBS for my DJ sets on Mixcloud. And it's got everything you need to actually create a live broadcast. And the only drawback that OBS has is it's best when it's just you on camera. Once you start wanting more people on camera, then it gets a bit more complicated, and you've actually got to use things like Skype to bring people into OBS Studio. And as soon as you start using more than one piece of software to achieve something, it gets complicated. And you rely then not just on OBS Studio, but on Skype, which is where BeLive comes in, because BeLive, you can have 4 people on screen without any problems. But you yourself could be coming in on OBS Studio, and if you're broadcasting solo, you've got a lot of enhancements you can actually use. So that's the website. You go there, you download the software, you install it. I've got a video on YouTube showing you how to install it, and it's, well, let's have a look inside, shall we? If I stop screen sharing that, and it'll be back to me, so I'll come full screen in a second. So that's the website, obsproject.com. I'll leave a link in afterwards. And what I'm going to do is actually going to share the software itself. Now, if you hear a problem in a moment with my sound, then I do apologize. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to bring it on screen. Okay, I'm going to go picture in picture. And this is where it's going to get confusing. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide myself. Ah, right. Okay. Okay. Shall we start again? Shall we start again? Shall we start again? Okay. I knew this was going to be fun. Okay, and say hello to Corinda. And Corinda is saying, hello, guys. And can't hear. Okay, so yes, I did lose sound. That was my own problem. And hello, Paul. And you should be able to hear me now. Okay, thank you, Ed. This is experimental. That's why I had that sign made. It's wonderful when things go wrong, and Corinda is saying this is, of course, live. So we're back with the sound now. Ignore the last few minutes. Turn off the sound to get responses. Well, that worked. That really worked, Ed. You're quite right about that. And all good now. Thank you, Paul. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Ed, Corinda, and Paul. Yeah, okay. So we're back. And I'm not going to disappear off screen again. You're going to have to put up with two of me because I'm going to go picture in picture, hopefully. And I'm going to go that way around. So at least you can hear one of me. Okay. So you can still hear me. And because of the low latency, my voice is still in sync with the screen in OBS, which I think is magical. So both these screens are from OBS. Okay, that's the studio itself behind me. And then, okay, so let's carry on. Now that we have sound again, I'm not going to make that mistake again. You can use it to display images. Now you'll notice with the images that image is actually back to front. Okay, and this is not going to work, is it? I'm going to lose sound again. Okay, and brilliant. Okay, excellent, Corinda. That's good to know. And I wish you every success with it. And it's good to have you back. And look forward to seeing the broadcast. Okay, now I just want to make sure that I've still got sound. So tried it once. If I've got sound, I've got sound. Okay, I suppose now would be a good time. And Ed's still here. Is that your... right, okay. Just a minute. Let's go to OBS and go back to the image. This is, in factual fact, I'm glad you mentioned that, Ed. This is the text is backwards, I know, but don't worry about that. This is a show card, and it's been created with BeLive's new editor, which allows you to actually create show cards. And I created this for the music show that I do on Mixcloud. And it's just so simple and straightforward to do. The picture, you should be able to see that on my profile. So the image is taken from my profile. The shape around it was determined by BeLive. And there are several different shapes you can use. I've gone for this one because I quite like it. Those look like, as Ed says, like a guitar pick. So back to me. Okay, and over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying, yep, good to be back. And 1. Okay, I'm not sure the reference to 1, but if that's the song quiz earlier, the answer was Justin Hayward. It was number 1. Okay, because he was the singer on that particular hit, Forever Autumn, if that's where we're going back to. And over to Corinda again, and number 1. Okay, so this is the studio on OBS. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, and we've done the quiz, which might not work now. We've done the Ninja browser. But if I just want to add text on, I can go to text. I can go, okay, and I can type in Let's get this right. I'm going to do my typos. I did them on purpose, of course, just to show that you can actually edit the text as you're actually doing it. So live Q&A, and we'll get there. I'm going to slow down now. Okay, so I can put text on screen, and then I can shrink that text. Okay, and I can bring that text to the foot of the screen, and I could actually change that. I can do, as you've seen, I can change the size of the font, I can change the font itself, I can change the color. There are all sorts of things that I can actually do with text, and it's just so simple and straightforward, and that will stay there. That will stay there until I remove it. So setting up screen layouts in OBS is simple and straightforward. You've actually got more resources and more flexibility than you have with the standard BeLive. The thing that you'll notice, though, and this is something to be aware of, is that up there it says live Q&A with Stephen, and down here it says Nevets, because it's backwards, and it also shows that I actually made a mistake. So let's go to properties again, and let's put the space in. Okay, so I can make adjustments on the fly, but obviously I can do anything I like to it. I'm going to do some more things. And switchboard does not work with BeLive. Switchboard is a good question. Switchboard is a method of actually going out to multiple destinations, up to 60 destinations, but you cannot use it with BeLive at the moment because BeLive does not have RTMP. RTMP is a method of transferring audio and video, and if I come back to me, I'll come back to that in a second. Okay. Right. I'm going to take that text off because it's back to front, isn't it? So I'm going to put it up there. I'm going to shrink it so we can't see it, and just leave it up there somewhere. Okay. Talk about doing things on the fly. Okay, so we're back to me. Switchboard doesn't work with BeLive at the moment. BeLive doesn't have RTMP. RTMP is a method of actually transferring video and audio between a source and a destination. So we can't use it until BeLive has RTMP, which is why I'm not using Switchboard today. Tomorrow, when we're live on Restream, then I will be broadcasting out to probably 30 different destinations. And that's the Restream team live tomorrow at the same time as today, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK. This does work with Ninja. Okay, shall we try something, Corinda? Because we like trying things. Just give me a moment. And hopefully you'll be able to see this. If I come back to me, can you just click this link? If you're able to, Corinda, can you just click this link? Okay, just click that link. Okay. Yeah, I'm using OBS as virtual camera. This is I'm actually live on OBS at the moment. So that's why I can quickly switch scene and look totally different in each scene. That's probably not going to work. I'll come back to me. But yeah, I am using OBS as a virtual camera, and I'm using my standard 80-2100 microphone. So the sound is as you would normally hear, but the visuals are actually coming through from OBS, which means I can do anything I like. I really can do anything I like to the settings, to the stage, and it gives it greater flexibility. I'm just waiting to see, or we'll actually know if Corinda or Ed, if you want to click this link, Ed, you can actually check this out. If you click that, if your camera ready, then click that link, and the password, so you know it, is SGH22. Should be with you in a moment. It will ask you for a password, and if you do use the password, then okay, so SGH22. Corinda is asking me for a password. I've just posted it, Corinda, SGH22 in capitals, SJH22, and we'll know as soon as you arrive on camera. Okay, now I realize there might be a technical difficulty, but if you type in the password, you might need to refresh to actually get in. This is live R&D. You might need to refresh to get in. So click the link again, type in the SJH22 password, and that should bring you. Hello, Corinda. Now, this is the miracle, because Corinda didn't know that I'm not only using OBS, but I'm using OBS Ninja, which means that we can have. This is hello, Ed. Right, this is OBS, and this is OBS Ninja, which was created by Canadian Steve Seguin, beginning of lockdown last March, and it allows you to have 7 people on OBS, and it's just plug and play, as you just found out. You just come in, give the password, and you are in my OBS studio. The password changes. So after this show, next time when you actually set up a room on OBS.Ninja, you give the room a name and you give it a password as well. So you can change the password every time you actually do it. I put if you want to know how to do it, Ed, I put a series of 4 videos, 18 minutes long in total. They're on YouTube. Just search for OBS Ninja and possibly Stephen. And then you can actually go with 7 people on screen, irrespective of platform. Yeah, because this is all being done by virtual camera. Nope, you don't. You just come in with your normal camera. Uh-huh. Oh, good. Awesome. Sorry, Corinda. I basically, you could use it as a virtual camera on Facebook Live, and just an ordinary Facebook Live, and bring it in as your camera. So it simply works. If I stop screen sharing, okay, I'll show you what happens behind the scenes, because we've got onto a topic. So I'm going to screen share again, and this time I'm waiting for it to catch up. I'm going to go for a Chrome tab, and I'm going to go to a control room. Okay, now this may or may not work. Okay, so given that caveat, I'm going to bring up a screen share. Okay, I'm going to take this off full screen, so bear with me for a moment. Right, on your right hand side now, you will see this, the OBS Control Studio, and this is OBS Ninja at work, and it's showing Okay. Okay. So that is, I'm conscious that the sound may go awry, so I'm going to stop screen sharing. But we're back now, and this is a world first. We have 3 people on OBS Ninja on BeLive. Yeah, and the sound quality and the latency is just so impressive. Yeah, it's as if we're actually coming in with our own cameras. Yeah. The, right. Okay. OBS Ninja can do 1080, can do 4K. So this is actually going out at 1080 at the moment, I think. Yeah. Okay. Now the key to this is that we could actually, if there are people watching now who want to join Ed, Corinda, and I, then you can. We have 4 more seats left, and we'll see if we can actually get 7 people on BeLive, which would be absolutely brilliant. My picture's, having said that, my picture's just gone. I tempted fate then. Can you still hear me? All right. Okay. Yeah, I went away for a moment there and then came back. Yeah. So there was a disturbance. I saw that slightly before you did, and it's just corrected itself. Yeah. But I mean, for free, OBS is free, as we know. OBS Ninja is free, and you could bring this into any software that accepts a virtual camera, and it would just work out the box. So I'm impressed by this, because I didn't plan doing this. I did not plan doing this. So it's good. And a comment coming in. Okay. So all clear. And yeah. So this is a world first, because the video processing is not being done by BeLive, it's being done by OBS Ninja. Yeah, I was blown away. Have you been following my music adventures, Ed? Oh, right. Okay. Just I'll tell you the story then. Using OBS, you can go out RTMP. Yeah. So I've been using that to go out to a site called Mixcloud, MAX Cloud, which is a UK site, which has spent the last 3 years agreeing with music companies a royalty scheme. And the end result of that, after all that hard work, is that you can now go live on Mixcloud from OBS, and you can play music. And when I say play music, you can play the Billboard Top 100, and nobody's going to take you off air. So if you've got leanings to actually being a DJ, then it's an excellent setup. OBS free, OBS Ninja free. Nope. Well, no, because
so people are going to watch you by going to a URL that's on Mixcloud, and you're just going to start and stop songs and choose the songs you're going to play, and can you talk up the song?
Oh yeah, you can DJ. I mean, everything that's in OBS you can actually use within the broadcast. I mean, I got Tractor with a K, and that's my DJing software. And yesterday I found a visualizer, and the visualizer plays when I'm not talking, but there's music playing, and it's in sync with the music. So you can do some really cool stuff over there. And Right? No, no. The music has to be on your computer. Yeah. So
just as the music
yeah, that's it's all practice, and it's all practice. And you can play music, you can play jingles, you can use effects, you can play video because it's OBS. And I've got this idea. What I'm going to do, starting next week probably, is to actually. Have you heard of Desert Island Discs? The basic premise: Desert Island Discs. Yeah. Right. Okay. Basically, it's a UK radio show that's been going for about 50 years. And the idea is you're on desert island and you've got to take 8 pieces of music with you, and that's all you can have. So which piece of music would you take to the desert island? And they form the bedrock of the broadcast. As they're played, questions are asked. So it's an interview with music. And I can now do that on Mixcloud. And Mixcloud, because they pay all the royalties. If you play the Beatles song, then the Beatles get royalties. If you play a Roxy Music song or a Def Leppard or Led Zeppelin, they get the royalties. It's all sorted. Right. No, the basic. There are two sources of income. One is that the DJs on there, and there are tens of thousands, actually get paid. You can sponsor a DJ, and Mixcloud take a percentage of that. The second thing is you can have a pro version of Mixcloud to listen to, yeah, and you pay $2.99 a month. Or if you want to broadcast on Mixcloud, then it's $14 a month. Yeah, irrespective of the number of shows. Yeah, yep. I'm really enjoying it because it basically goes out. Not only can you put it on Mixcloud, it can go on your website as well. Yeah, so I'm just having fun doing it.
So that or does your website the live version?
Your website, if you're using OBS, then you mine's set to auto record. So OBS records everything that I'm doing. So at the end of it, I've got the yeah. Yeah, because that's where your audience are. I mean, I've been there over a week. I've made 20 new contacts. I've enjoyed listening to people's music because the indexing is pretty good over there. If you want pop music or rock music or reggae, then you can find a station that's actually playing it live. You can interact whilst you're live. There's a chat down the side of the live video, and it's matured. I mean, I joined it, I think, back in 2013. But it's only sort of 2 weeks ago I actually started using it seriously. Once I noticed they'd actually got the live video on there. Yeah. You can't go from BeLive to Mixcloud. There are two problems. One is BeLive doesn't have the RTMP to actually broadcast out. And the second problem, which is a major one, is that OBS has the ability to broadcast audio at 320 kpbs. Now, that's the highest quality you can actually broadcast at. And we're broadcasting currently at 64 because that's normal audio. But if you're playing high quality music, then you want 320, and Mixcloud has got 320. So Chris listened to the music on Mixcloud, a recording I'd done, and basically she was blown away by the quality of it. The quality of the audio over there for the music is outstanding. and we say hello to somebody new. Right, okay. And hello, Amal Rodrigo. Right, there's something I want to do. This started off as live Q&A with Stephen, but how's your singing voice, Ed? Right, okay. Well, I just want to say then, happy birthday. No, it's okay. No, I would too, but I just want to say happy birthday to Irene, because it's Irene Chan's birthday today. I don't think we have to sing. Okay. Okay, and I'm just checking. No, I got a name, but I haven't got it actually got my comments. Oh. All right then.
Should we all try doing row row over your boat and use it?
Shall we sing happy birthday to Irene and see how that turns out? So let's put the text on screen. Do you want to count us in, Ed? 3, 2, 1. 3, 2. Day to you. Happy birthday to. Oh, yeah. Okay, that was a practice. Right. Okay. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Irene. Happy birthday to you. That was, you got me to do it on my own then. All right, okay, let's take that off. I'll do that as an outtake afterwards and let's see what it's like. So we said happy birthday to Irene, which is good. Yeah. Okay. What's that picture behind you, Corinda? Oh, the Paralympic. Yeah. Right. Right. And yeah, how are things with you at the moment, Ed? I'm thinking of COVID wise. Yeah, sorry, Ed. How are things in your area as far as COVID is concerned? Yeah. Uh-huh. Right.
Are open to 100%.
Okay.
Movies because I haven't been to a movie theater.
Yeah.
In, well, of course, over a year.
Yeah.
But the movie theaters are open. So everything, just about everything that wants to be open here is open in Florida.
Right. We're just getting towards that. This our non-essential shops opened yesterday, so everybody's been going off to the shops and shopping. So that was good.
To what and how much of it is open.
Yeah. Well, we're on a roadmap which should see everything sort of semi-normal by about June 21st, and we'll have the free. Okay. Right. Okay. Right, just to say that we're actually using OBS. This is OBS on BeLive. This is a historic moment. 3 people on screen using OBS Ninja, and I'm just so impressed by it. It's just the quality of the video. We'll see on the recording, but from what I can see at the moment, it's crystal clear and the sound is good. Yeah, so I'm happy. I can't. No, I'm. My concentration is totally here. Um, okay. Yeah.
Pixels just don't line up right. Slower than you guys as far as either computer or data.
Well, in the studio, I because we all see our own photographs. Yeah. And on the recording will look great as well. So um, we'll just have to see. I mean, that's the thing. Until you actually finish the broadcast, you don't know what the quality is like. But in the studio, it will look better on the recording once I've uploaded it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll take the BeLive recording and upload it, and post it everywhere. I think because this is an historic. What I'm going to do after this broadcast is I'm going to go into the BeLive video editor because BeLive's got its own video editor. I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to create a snippet, yeah, and that will then go out, yeah, as a trailer for the show and the trailer for next week's show because next week's show is about OBS as well. So
Steve.
thank you for saying that, Ed. Next week I am going to be talking about OBS. I've got a meeting with Alina at BeLive tomorrow, and we'll be hopefully working out a program of what's going to happen. But I should be looking at OBS. I've frozen again. I'm moving too fast. Yeah, OBS is going to be on my radar for the next, if I can do that too. OBS is going to be on my radar for the next couple of weeks, I think. I'm also obviously interested in the other thing I'm interested in is actually broadcasting to the website. And yeah, Switchboard is a wonderful piece of software, which is on AppSumo at the moment. And basically, if you stack the deals, you can broadcast to 60 different sites. Okay, now you need RTMP to do that. Something like Restream fits the bill. But the other thing you can do is you broadcast directly to your website. Yeah, so you can be live on the website. Now, we all know that we go live on Facebook and YouTube to actually get people to our website. Yeah, to get known, liked, and trusted on Facebook so that we can bring people over to the website. If you're actually broadcasting on your website, then you've attracted people straight away. And instead of surfing YouTube and Facebook, they will surf your website. And if you have blogs, they will read your blogs whilst they're listening to you. If you have a shop, they will browse your shop whilst they're listening to you. So I think that the major players in this are actually all going to be able to broadcast to a website with an HTML5 player. And that's the way things are going. Because I think Facebook and YouTube are being too hot on pulling people off or silencing people when you're actually doing something. Not, you could even be playing your own music and get stopped on Facebook and YouTube. So, yeah. If you're on your own website, then you're your own judge and jury. There's nobody sat back watching and deciding whether you can actually broadcast live or not. Right, what are your plans broadcasting wise, Ed? What are your plans for broadcasting coming up?
Live conversations So I expect to start doing it. In the past, what I've done is I've interviewed people who were involved in real estate. I've called it my real estate team show, and I'm probably going to get started doing that again. Moved from Connecticut to Florida, so I'm about 15 minutes from Mickey Mouse's house.
Oh, right. Okay. Brilliant. And Corinda, when's your next broadcast?
Well, I think what is going on for me, what going on, what going on,
Ah, you have to go to your Facebook page and track back. That's a good way. If you can find it, you should be able to see the last shows that you did. And when are you thinking of starting? Next week. Okay, that's good. Right, well, this has been, I'm going to say it again for probably about the 10th time, this has been an historic broadcast. I want to say thank you to Ed, thank you for joining me today. Thank you to Corinda for joining me. I wish you both successful broadcasts. If you're more than welcome to hop in anytime, you know that. My next live is tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK. And that is with a group of 10 of us. That's two Americans, one Portuguese, 3 Brits, a Canadian. I'm losing track now because there's 10 of us on screen. Exactly. That's it. We've got all sorts. We've got left wingers, we've got right wingers, we've got middle of the roaders. It's just an interesting experience. I mean, the thing is that we all come together, the 10 of us, and most people didn't know each other when we started out 3 months ago, but now everybody knows each other. So the win is just going live because it's catching up with 9 new friends. So absolutely brilliant. Right, to everybody who's watched today, I'd like to say thank you, and I'll be back at the same time next week, and I'll be doing OBS part 2, and maybe joined by Ed and Corinda. Who knows? This has been brilliant. Okay, thank you, take care, and goodbye for now.